Oh, I was gonna say it's a hot one today in Texas, but today wasn't that bad. Yesterday was the real heater. It was like a furnace, dude. I was just drinking earlier and I got pretty messed up. But I'm okay now, and I'm drinking this to just kind of even out, you know. You know. So, oh man, I got to tell you real quick. Before, I'm gonna review a movie, but before, so I went to the bank. I went to do the drive-through to cash my check. Actually, I just deposited it. So I'm in there, you know. I fill everything out, put it in the little container, shoot it up, do the shoot, and I hear, come on, nigga, hurry the f up, mother effer, come on, just n word, just endless, just nigga, 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 hurry up, just mother effer, and I was like, where is that coming from? And I just keep hearing. At first, I was like, I ignored it, but then it just kept happening. And I was like, what's going on? I don't see where this is coming. And then there's a covering over the drive-through, so it's echoing. And then finally, like, I hear something being hit. It's this guy on the ATM, like, one over from me. He's punching the ATM, and he's like, come on, you took my card, you took my money. And I was like, dude, this black dude's going nuts. And then I see the guy, and he's not even black. It's a young white dude. I think he was in his 20s, maybe mid-20s. And he was just, I was like, oh, he fooled me. He fooled me into thinking he was black. And he's just spouting the N-word and the F-word. Just, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard the N-word that much since I was at work like an hour before. But at least they're black. This is a super white dude, and I was like, I don't know how you feel about that, like talking like that, but I was like, black people don't really talk like this. Who talks like this? It's just out of control. It's just dumb. But it was just, he was really upset. He was really upset. I guess the ATM took his card, and he said it took his money. But I mean, you could resolve that easily. It might take a day or two, but you're gonna get your stuff back. Like, there's no need for that kind of behavior. So, I'm gonna review a movie that I watched on YouTube, and it's, what is it? I can't even read. Aftershock from 1990. So I saw the poster art on IMDb, I guess, and I was like, what's that? Kind of looked at like a tower, and like a dude holding a sword, John Saxon in the back, a girl, desert, and I was like, that looks interesting. So I found it on YouTube. It looks like a VHS rip, but dude, check out this cast: James Liu, John Saxon, Richard Lynch, Matthias Hughes, Michael Berryman, Chris Mitchum, Robert Mitchum's son, and Russ Tamblyn. I just know that name. I looked him up. He's in Twin Peaks. I really didn't recognize him, but I know that name. And then also starring Elizabeth Caton, who was in Friday the 13th Part 7. But the hero is J. Roberts Jr. as Willie. I don't know who he is. And then Chuck Jeffries, who was just, dude, this guy was so much like Eddie Murphy. Like, I was watching, I saw just Eddie Murphy coming off the screen. So it's set in a post-apocalyptic future, and it was after the Third World War. There's factions fighting. There's still like some form of military, And then an alien comes down to Earth in the form of Elizabeth Caton. I wish I could come up with this, but one of the comments said, a movie with a rip-off Daryl Hannah, a rip-off Eddie Murphy, and a rip-off of, oh my God, what's his name? Of Dalton from Roadhouse. I can't remember. God damn, I can't remember his name. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll remember his name. I can't believe I can't remember. I love him so much, and I don't know his name. So yeah, there's an alien comes down, and she wants to learn how to be human, or she wants to learn how peaceful we are, which is weird because everyone's fighting. So somehow she hooks up with J. Roberts Jr., Willie, and Chuck Jeffries. I don't remember his name. Eddie Murphy. We'll just call him Eddie. And she just starts following him, and she starts mimicking Eddie Murphy guy. And he's like, "We need to get some wheels, man." And she's all, "Wheels." She's just copying her. It was really funny. And yeah, she does. After I read the Daryl Hannah thing, I was like, man, she does look like Daryl Hannah. She's really pretty. She's big eyes, big lips, long blonde hair, and she's just really good at playing like kind of like a mindless entity. So I was again kind of buzzed when I was watching it. So I lost track. Some good action. Oh yeah, I don't know where they filmed this, but these abandoned factories, buildings, everything just looks burnt out and destroyed and depleted. It really set the setting of a wasteland. That part was really good. Wherever they filmed it, so it had the setting. And then John Saxon and Richard Lynch are like they're on the bad guy's side, and you get to see John Saxon and Richard Lynch together. Like, there's a part where they're talking, and Richard Lynch, like puts his arm, like takes, I can't remember, I think he just grabs John Saxon's arm and they walk together and they're talking. And I was Richard Lynch and John Saxon together on the same side, walking down the street, just having a nice conversation between two old friends. I was like, this is the movie right here. Doesn't get any, but you're not gonna get this in the next Avengers or Superman. You're never gonna see this dynamic duo. So that alone just made the movie great. And then, so yeah, I really don't remember what happened. There's a lot of shooting and chasing, some fights, and then you get Michael Berryman and Matthias Hughes as a team, and Michael Berryman is like a cross-dresser. He's got makeup on. He doesn't have a wig on. He has makeup, and whoever thought Matthias Hughes and Michael Berryman would make a team? They're in there somehow. They come across the alien girl. Somewhere along the way, Eddie Murphy splits off. He didn't get killed, I don't think, but they have to split up, and he never comes back. But he's pretty good. And there's the part where Matthias Hughes and Berryman, they catch the alien girl and Willie, and Matthias Hughes starts beating up the dude. Then he starts doing like his muscle poses, his bodybuilder poses, and that was Matthias Hughes. There was always some kind of like like about him, kind of feminine for his smile, his eyes. The dude is a beast though, and he could. In TC 2000, he looks like he can fight. He's a martial artist, I think, too. So you have that. And then I actually thought there were some good parts between the alien girl and Willie and Russ Tamblyn. They're in a car and they're singing. And I was like, it was just a good moment where you kind of let their hair down and just were just being people. And I was like, that's a good moment. I like that. Then I read some reviews saying how like this movie is just dumb. and bad, and some liked it. But someone pointed out like the stuff they do in this movie though is just a slapstick comedy. And towards the end, with that in mind, I was watching stuff and I was like, why did he do that? That was just this isn't like a good example, but he, Willie the guy. Oh my God! I just almost had his name. What's his name? Roadhouse. Patrick Swayze. Yeah, they say Jay Roberts Jr. is like a rip-off Patrick Swayze. And he has a sword, and then he uses it, and then he drops it. Well, no, there's a part where he gets these cool shotguns, and he's shooting the bad guys. Then he obviously runs out of shells in front of the bad guy, and the bad guy just... Like, he knew he was out of shells, so he just drops his shotgun and runs away. So why did he do that? And then there's a part where like a bad guy is like peeking. I was like, what are you doing? Towards the end, there's a lot of stuff like that. Some dumb choices that characters made. But the guy, J. Roberts Jr., he had a couple of decent spin kicks and punches. He's not the greatest hero, but he was okay in this. I don't know. I liked it. I would like to watch it again. It's on YouTube. I'm sure it's on VHS. And then I was looking up on IMDb, and there's so many of these. This actually seems more like a mid to like 1985 to 1988 movie. This is from 1990, and I even remember when the 90s came in, and I was like, they just don't make movies like Road Warrior or Escape from New York or Radioactive Dreams anymore. But it turns out, at least in 1990, they still work. Because this is just total Mad Max, Escape from New York, even maybe Star Wars ripoff. There's no lasers or anything, but just... like a underdog hero with a sword, kind of. There's no mutants or monsters, no lasers, no spaceships. But I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I would just give it though like a solid 3. I can't give it more than that. I just for some reason enjoyed it. I would love to see a better copy. And then, on IMDb, like, they'll have lists, and I've been going through those lists, and there's so many other movies like this that I've never even seen or let alone even heard of. So yeah, you can watch Aftershock on YouTube. Just if you like all that post-apocalyptic, like the Italian stuff, the Italian movies they were making. Those are like more insane, but this one is almost as insane. It's still really good for that type of movie. And I guess because of the cast, like Italian movies. Well, I guess you would actually see a lot of these guys in Italian movies. But yeah, check it out. Go finish this time. Oh, I'm listening to some Butt Weasel Tape 2. For my man TZ. Just want to give a shout out to Garth. We were having a beer and we were listening to Nervosa. We listened to a lot of stuff. We listened to Nervosa, Fear of God, Crisis. But Garth, he really liked. We listened to the title track by Inheritance from Artillery. Dude, Artillery is so good. I'm starting to agree that I think Artillery by Inheritance is the best thrash metal album ever made. So with that, I'll let you go.